Hi everyone, name's David. Thank you for joining me. Today's video is about just a few things I'm offering just for some help to how to kind of control the way that a toxic person, a narcissist, will try to engage with you, harass you, bother you, annoy you. And I just want to come up with some ways that we're going to help you guys on how to deal with them. There's tons more stuff out there. Some of the stuff is very generic and we hear about it a lot. And I'm trying to offer just a few different things. You know, you guys hear the term gray rock all the time, right? What do you do with a narcissist you don't want to deal with? Or a narcissist that you have to live with and you're about to leave, and what do you do? Or, you know, work with, even social places, teams you're on. You know, what do you do? And you hear the term gray rock. So what is gray rock? Well, imagine a rock. Doesn't do anything, doesn't react, it's not pretty, it's not ugly, it's not sad, it's not happy, it's not glad, it's not mad, it's just a rock. And that's what you do. That's a good thing to get rid of, good way to get rid of a narcissist or not have any problems evolve. Not too big, not, you know what I mean? See, you know, narcissists need attention. They want an audience. They want you to listen to them, watch them, react to them. So, you know, a rock doesn't do any of those things. It's not like a bouncy ball to play with. How long can you play with a rock? Not very long. You get pretty bored and you walk away and leave them alone. That's what we hope for, but that doesn't always work. And I know that. I'll tell people, go gray rock, and I'll explain what gray rock is, and they always come back to me with more questions. Well, David, that's not working. And I know, sometimes it doesn't work. So, here's some things I'm trying to offer, okay? Very important. Now, I think the most common situation would be at work. You know, if this isn't exactly stuff I would try to do with, you know, your wife or husband, girlfriend, boyfriend that you're living together with, and you have an escape plan and you're trying to break off the relationship, end it, and you're just trying to do it the best, most calm, less stressful way possible. You really want a gray rock. You want to get out of the house as much as possible, things like that, okay? This, I think, work is a best scenario because we can't always go to the boss and complain. We do that too many times and we become the problem. We can't always get a lawyer. We can't always, you know, fight back with them. We can't always ignore them. We can't always gray rock. So I think it's really important, for one, is to pay attention and be very aware of what you are doing around this person that you are being harassed by or just annoyed by. You just want them to leave you alone, right? Don't forget that is the objective, and always be aware of what you're doing. So body language. To be receptive to people, we want to pay attention to them, you know, and look at them and be receptive like this. Showing your back to people all the time is disrespectful. At the very least, it means you're uninterested. You know, I don't care about you. You're not there. And that's kind of how you want to treat these guys. They're not really there, right? A couple things that's really good to do is your posture. So a slouched posture kind of says to them you're easy prey, easy victim, easy to pick on. You know, standing tall is confidence. They don't like people that are confident. They can feel easily challenged. Their self-esteem might be challenged or feel challenged. It might go down. They might feel a little shame. Keep your head up, especially if you're taller than them. If you're taller than them, let them know. Size matters. Size does a lot of things to people. And it's just showing your confidence. So conversation, let's get into that, right? Because they're trying to engage, and that's really the problem, isn't it? So don't ever look at them and don't make, you know, eye contact with them before they ever engage. You're in a room with them. You walk into a room, don't look at them. You know, it's a very natural reaction to walk in a room and catch eye contact with everyone in the room. Don't do that with them. Be conscious and aware. They're not there. Okay? They're not there. And it's not something like we have to avoid them. you just walk right by them and don't look at them. Standing tall. Sure. Proud. So make sure you don't catch eye contact with them. You don't acknowledge it. They're not there. Don't, always keep your back face to them, stuff like that. Don't face them. So usually their engagement are questions, right? It's questions, because statements we don't need to react to. They want to make a statement, you do nothing. They didn't ask you a question. You don't have to answer. So don't answer to statements. Don't react to statements. Nothing. They make it, so-and-so did this the other day. At the very least, they'll leave them alone. You can just nod your head. Don't look at them. Keep your back to them. So no reaction to statements, but they're asking you questions, right? You can completely ignore the questions. Go do something else. That's not always a desirable thing to do, especially if you have to work with someone, right? Pause. Now, something I want to tell you guys is we're all trained, most of us are trained to have good conversation with people, to be warm and open and engaging, stuff like this. So that's what we don't want to do, right? So you're not looking at them, you're not facing them. Now they're starting to ask you questions, okay? We're used to answering right away. When you hear people say stuff like, well, a lot of us think we need to keep talking all the time, and we don't. It's okay to take a break. I do it all the time. It's okay. But too long of a break is uncomfortable. Silence can be very awkward, right? But what you're doing by pausing after one of their questions is you're controlling. You're taking control. And then you're also hoping that they forget and move on. So pause. See if they're still paying attention to you. If they're not, don't say anything. Wait till they pay attention to you again. You know what I mean? So you can, even if you want to answer a question, pause. Take time. Wait. Don't answer it right away. People get really annoyed by that. So don't answer their questions is a good one, okay? They answer a question, try not to answer it. Answer something else. Pause. Answer something else. Talk about something else. Or ask them. Just answer every single question with a question, okay? Don't face them. Keep moving when you're around them. That's better than just completely still. It's a lot harder to do these things. If you're doing something busy, it's not having anything to do with them. Give no emotional response. Or give a wrong emotional response. And the best ones, the easiest ones, if they say something negative, down, someone did bad to them, stuff like this, you just smile. Laugh. They won't like that. They'll stop telling you things because you're not giving them the wanted attention and response that they want, that they're looking for. Because really, a narcissist, they want to feel special, right? They want to feel unique. They want to feel like they're the best, on top. Everyone's watching them. Everyone's looking. They're nobody. You make them feel like they're down here, okay? That's a really good one. So instead of empathizing with them, right, you don't look at them and you just smile. When they say something like, oh, someone did something bad to me or something, you just smile. Because they didn't ask you a question, remember? So you don't have to answer anything, right? No unwanted talk. No unnecessary talk. No small talk. Be totally conscious of no small talk. Do not engage with them. Force them to constantly engage with you. Don't ever explain anything. Don't apologize. And don't excuse anything you do, ever, to them. Okay? Now, this isn't working, right? Say this isn't working. Hopefully it should, because people need social cues to keep these kinds of things going. But they're bad. They don't pick up on things like this, do they? So, do it even more. This stuff should work enough, okay? And if it's not, then you do it more. So, longer pauses. If they ask you a question and you Yeah. If that's not working, go twice as long. Literally. You're so long to where they're just like, and they might forget and walk away. Check your cell phone. They ask you a question, get on your cell phone and act like you don't hear them. Make them repeat themselves 2 times, 3 times to ask you a question. Go, huh? Act like you didn't hear. And then say, oh, I didn't hear you. But then don't answer the question. Evade. Right? Hold your finger up. When they ask you a question, hold your finger up. Oh, say, hold on a second. And check your phone. Act like anything you can possibly do is more important than them. Anything. I don't care. Rain Man counting toothpicks on the floor. That's more important than what they're saying, you know. Hold on. Give me a second. Then never answer their question. Sit there and make them wait and never answer it. Walk away. I know it's rude, but that's the point, right? We don't want to be like this to anyone, except to people that are so rude and so controlling and so disrespectful and don't care about you, how you feel, what you want, only them. And this is how you treat them. Now, if their annoyance and harassment doesn't go away and you're not answering their questions and they keep going, it might be time for intimidation. Now, be careful with this because we don't want to challenge the wrong people, especially at work. You don't want to start a fight. But if they won't leave you alone, one thing I do, since you've always been doing this, not, ignoring them, not facing them, being busy, right? All of a sudden, face them head on. Now, facing people in conversation can show that you're open and respectful and stuff like this. But if you're in business and you want to gain someone's trust, you don't really totally want to face square on with them. You kind of want to stay sideways and talk like this. They don't feel so challenged. But if you really square off and you never have with them and you stare and you open your eyes and you stare at them so intensely that it's so uncomfortable, because it's uncomfortable after a while, isn't it? A few seconds of meeting someone and looking them in the eyes, that first few seconds shows you're interested. That's why you never do it. But if they won't leave you alone, you look intensely and you don't break eye contact and you wait for them to. The second they break eye contact, you walk away. Swear to God it works. Swear. They just can't take it. They're like, and no one likes that. You tend to look away and then you just walk away. Or, if you have to, ask them a personal question. Ask them something that might bother them. Questions that make people naturally uncomfortable. Very personal questions. Money, relationships, childhood, family, stuff like this. And when they break eye contact, after you ask them a question, they break eye contact or begin answering your question, you walk away. Don't listen to the answer. You don't know what they're going to say and you don't care. Immediately walk away and don't listen to anything they're saying. Whatever. And then when they stop and they ask you a question, you pause and you go, huh? And you make them ask you again. I go, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. And then you make them ask you again. And then you go, hold on. Do you see? They don't like it. They got to have people paying attention to them, responding, reacting, making them feel like they're great, wonderful, amazing, omnipotent. So we ignore them. Or talk about ourselves. Be annoying. Stop pleasing. Stop being open. Stop welcoming. Close off. Don't answer. Ignore. Pause. Make them repeat themselves. Make conversation absolutely impossible. It works. It works. It works. There's a lot of other things you can do, but some of these I've had to apply in my life. Like I said, specifically at jobs and stuff, that I got to deal with people that just are annoying, harassing, don't have lives of their own, come to work and expect to find and make friends when they can't make friends out there, but they want to be friends with everyone at work, but they want to feel special. Yeah. I hope that's a little bit of, good, important information that you guys can utilize and help you out. Because I know a lot of you guys struggle with this, and we all just want to be nice, and we all just want to get along. I know, we do. But the reality of the world is there's some people in it that suck, that are bad. There's people in it that may not even be, I'm not black and white thinking like bad or good, But there's just a lot of sick people out there that have a lot of problems that don't do things for themselves, and they try and get you to do it for them. So that's what we're talking about. You don't have to respect, you don't have to be nice, you don't have to be kind, you don't have to be open and caring and all these things just because that's who you are. Okay? We have to also be able to change according to our environment. Right? So, I hope that helps. If you want, please ask me any questions you guys have. And also feel free to offer additional information for everyone else. Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.